You want to know the top 10 mistakes that you might be making in Grow a Garden? Stick around to the end because I'll tell you a hidden way to make your fruits even bigger than they already are. Hit that subscribe button so we can hit 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and let's get straight into it. The first mistake I want to talk about, definitely going to be neglecting your pets. In this pet store, a lot of people don't know about this, but if you go to the pet salesman, you can go show me pets info, and right here you have the info of the eggs, right? So it tells you the common eggs, uncommon eggs, rare eggs, all this, right? And the bug egg, 3% of the shops. So whenever there's a bug egg, make sure to buy it. But that's not what the mistake is. The mistake is a lot of people here, they don't realize that you can trade in pets for extra pet equip slots and trade in pets for extra egg equip slots. So the main thing you want to do here is get any pet. So there is no pet requirement here. It doesn't say which pet we need. So what you want to do is you want to get the common eggs. It goes up by 10 each time. You want to grow them to the age that it says here. So 20, 30, 40, 50. Grow them to the age that's required and then sell them so you can get more pet equip slots. Now, a lot of people, they undervalue pets and what pets can do. So yeah, make sure you look at my pets guide because in there it shows you how OP pets can be, especially the pets like Dragonfly. So yeah, make sure you buy all these common eggs and you trade them in with this guy. Don't sell them down there to this guy. Don't sell him the pets. You have to sell it down there and then get more pet slots. Try your best to get these pets, especially the limited time pets, because once they're gone, they're gone. That was like 3 tips right there. Oh yeah, one more thing before we move on about pets. Make sure you feed your pets. Otherwise, look on this account because I've neglected it. This pet, look at the stars here. Look at the stars here. It's not looking good. Anyways, the next tip is make sure not to harvest your fruit straight away. Make sure to try to get the mutations as they multiply your plant's worth by quite a lot. Some 10x, some 100x. So make sure you don't sell the plants AFK in the game a bit. Let them freeze over, get wet and all that. Now, the next mistake a lot of people are making in this game is they're not doing the quests. They don't realize how OP these quests are. If you talk to this old owl, right now we're in this quest. If you're seeing this in the future, it might be a different quest, but make sure you do the quest because there's literally limited edition stuff that's not going to be here in the future and you're just going to regret it. You want to get the moon blossom, for example, the raccoon. You want to be able to get all of it. So make sure that you complete this, and that brings me on to basically the next mistake people are doing by not trying to get the limited edition stuff. So try your best to buy the limited edition stuff, do the limited edition stuff, whatever the quest's saying, and make sure to plan it. So for example, over here it's a night event door. Just buy it out, have it in your inventory, try your best. And that also brings me to the next mistake where people are just not checking the seed shop often enough. And yeah, I get it, every 5 minutes it's impossible to check, right? So what you should do is make sure you're in a Discord server or have alerts for certain seeds that you want, so you can instantly join and get the seeds you want. And make sure to join my Discord server down below. The first 1,000 members will get an OG badge status, so don't miss out. Now, the next mistake a lot of players are making. Wait, why am I getting followed? What do you want? How is your garden so cool? Because you're so cool. Huh? Okay, so that just brings me on to the next thing. Check your gear shops, check your cosmetic shops. You don't want to be missing out on anything you don't want. So now we're going to be talking about cosmetic. A lot of people right now, we have total items placed and placed items. You don't want to accidentally buy too many items like clutter and junk because right now there's no way to delete it and so you're stuck with it. So make sure right now that you do not accidentally overbuy stuff because you might not even be able to open crates if you just keep buying it. Only buy the stuff that you really want and any ideas you have in your builds. Don't be buying junk. Now, a very, very major tip I have is do not make this mistake of a cluttered garden. This garden is so cluttered right now and it's so hard to get the fruits I want, and then it's hard to put my sprinklers down, stuff like that. So what you want to do is you want to have it very clean, very tidy, so you'll be able to harvest things easily, see where you're growing stuff, see what's got the mutations, and it'll be so much tidier and easier to do everything. Brings me on to the next tip. People keep forgetting that you can expand your garden now, so expand your garden from the sides, and a lot of people are not going to the back of their garden and seeing that you can expand it right here. And then make sure to come 3 days later and expand your garden because yeah, most of us don't have the Robux to expand it, so we're just gonna wait it out and then expand the garden even further because you get an extra slot. Look, I have 10, maybe this one gives us extra 2, so we'll be on 12. And yeah, look here, look at how messy this is. There's my beanstalks, there's my moon mango, all this stuff. I didn't record this all in one take. You can see over here I've expanded the garden, and look, we got an extra like half slot here. I don't know why they made it half and not full. That might be a glitch. They might patch that soon. You can see my garden here. Another big mistake is you can see right here we've got a mutation. All right, this eggplant is wet. No, that's not the one I want to look at. it's not going to show me the one I want. But for example, this cranberry is frozen, but we don't want one mutation. One mutation gives us a 10x or 100x, right? We want multiple mutations, right? So we want to see our plants get multiple mutations. So what you need to do is just wait it out, like seriously. So look, like this is celestial and frozen, it'll sell for more. So what we need to do is just wait for the events and let it continue to make us money like that, because the multipliers is what makes us money. Now another mistake I see a lot of people make is basically if you're playing with friends, you get a multiplier. So one friend equals 10% boost, two friends 20% boost, and then so forth until the max amount, which is 5 players, and then you get a 50% boost. So a 50% boost on your sales, that is a massive amount. That's the difference between like 1 billion for a fruit and 1.5 billion for a fruit. That's insane. So make sure you play with your friends, or if not, just add random people and just join them. I also think if you're playing with other people, you can collaborate with them, and if you need something, they can give it you. If they want something, you can give it them, because some people just want to have certain seeds and stuff. I think right now with the current event, everyone needs the same thing, but like the last event, there was people needed different things, so that might happen in the next event. So make sure you have enough people to play with, and then you can do trades and stuff, especially if you need sprinklers or you need something. It's very nice to trade. Now I just want to go back to the quest. I think a lot of people make a massive mistake. They don't prioritize the quests enough. Basically everything in the quest is limited edition, limited items. Stuff gets buffed and nerfed, so the worst thing to happen is to find out later that something's got buffed or that you've missed out on an event. So make sure you try to unlock everything in an event, try to get all those packs, all those eggs, unlock everything, just so you don't miss out later on. Of course, like, you know, the rare stuff, the stuff that's like, when I say rare, I'm talking these seeds here, like glow shroom, mint, moonflower, star fruit. That's not as important, but the moon glow, the moon blossom, the blood banana, make sure you have them, and the eggs, make sure you have the echo frog, the night owl, and raccoon. So in this event, but for all the future events, or if you're watching from the future, make sure you get the rare stuff in every event, because they may get buffed or nerfed. Like for example, we got the candy blossom. People who don't have candy blossom are all crying now because of how OP it is. So make sure you do this, and make sure you make the most of every event. Now a big mistake that I made that made me lose a lot of money is not protecting my fruit. So people can steal your fruits, right? So look here, if you have a favoriting tool, you can favorite your fruit to prevent other people collecting it. Basically what you want to do, you want to get the favorite tool, and you want to favorite any fruit that you think has potential, because you don't want other people to sell it and steal it, because some people, they got so much Robux, they're so rich, they're gonna steal your fruit. So for example, say I wanted to protect this moon melon, not that big, but say I wanted to protect it because it's frozen, gonna get its multipliers, I would have to use that from the gear shop. Otherwise I've just lost out on not just time but money, and you don't want that to happen. So make sure you protect the fruit that you want. Do you have any tips for me, sir? Yeah, watch Fleexi. Is that you? Yeah, he makes some good videos. I lost a lot of money making this next mistake, and that is literally just buying junk I do not need. So for example, from the cosmetics, I bought a lot of junk. From the seed store, I bought a lot of junk. Right now, for example, I was buying the carrots, the strawberries, the blueberries, orange, thinking more is better. More is not better. It literally clutters your garden. So just don't do that. If you do not know that there's a sprinkler glitch, so make sure you do this sprinkler glitch, which is basically place loads of sprinklers down where you want to grow, and then immediately leave the server. And then once you leave the server and join back after 1 to 8 hours, trust me, the plants will grow huge. If you want a full in-depth tutorial on how to do that, just let me know down in the comments. And that's why you want a very clean garden as well, because if the garden's cluttered, you don't know where to place the sprinklers. Whereas if you've managed it well, you know exactly where you place those sprinklers to make money. And then you get your mutations and stuff, like I said, and then trust me, you're just gonna make so much money. And the last mistake that a lot of you guys are making is not subscribing to Fleexi. Do it. Do it right now. Get us to 10,000 subscribers. But yeah, that's the video. That's the main mistakes I see people are making this game. So now that you know, don't make them. And until next time, take care.